Hi guys, my name is Navan Beta and welcome to the second edition of You Are Not Alone. Okay, I want to dedicate today's episode to a man who recently died on the 29th of April. He was a professor at a university called Bowes. Um, he was a homosexual, in the lamest sense, I guess. Like, I don't want to just say he was that because maybe he was bisexual. I didn't actually know him personally, so I'm not gonna say that. He was part of the LGBT community, and he passed away. And the way that he died was by being brutally killed by 4 people. This happened in Ohio. Like I said, he worked at a university. So after he had got off work one day on the 29th of April, he picked up a gentleman named Kelly, and after picking him up, they went to a spot that Kelly picked out, and Kelly basically set him up. He set him up, and before any sexual activity could happen, first it was one person who popped up first with a rifle. Now, the names of the other 4 gentlemen. The only reason I'm not gonna say Kelly's last name is because it's like I think it's like German or something, and I just don't want to. I'll show it up here. I'm gonna post all the names up here, or plop them right here, as so you can see them as I say them. So you have Kelly Tracy, who was 21. I mean Kevin, Kevin Tracy, who was 21. You have a Jason Woods, who was 28. You have a Daniel Henkel, who was 23, and the last dude's name was Kelly. Like Kelly, I'm gonna try to say it. It's Schneider. Schneider. It might be like Snyder or something like that. If it's Snyder, then I'm like, oh yeah. Look at me, I'm not illiterate. Ooh, snip, snip, snip. No. I don't care, who's perfect. Because I know I'm not. So if I don't know something, it is what it is. Life is too short. So he was killed. So Stevenson Nelson was killed. Okay, he was 49 years old. Now, like I said, he was set up by these 4 gentlemen. I have images I only have one image of them actually, so I'm going to try to put their names right next to who they actually are, if possible, okay? So. Alright, so I just wanted to give a shout out to Mr. Nelson, because to the way that from what I read, he died a very brutal death. Here he was just expecting to meet someone and hang out and maybe hook up or whatever, may have you, at a beautiful location, because it wasn't beautiful, but it was secluded in a way that it could have probably been a very nice experience if it would have actually been a genuine one, And I actually have some pictures of what I believe to be the actual area he died in. Okay, so I'm going to show that. Okay, so as you saw, it was basically pretty vacant now. So, like I said before, Kelly set him up. Kelly set up Stevenson, and first there was one of the other guys. So it was 4 people, right? Remember I told you that. So Kelly was with Nelson, okay, or Stevenson. I keep calling him Nelson. I might as well just say Nelson because he has 2 first names, and it's throwing me off a little bit. So Nelson and Kelly, they were the ones who originally were at the site together, you know, to supposedly hook up. Now, one of the three gentlemen who weren't known about popped up with a rifle and got Nelson. You know, basically it was like, get out the car, etc. You know, and then eventually the other two people came, and then there you go. You have all four together around Nelson. So from what I read, they allegedly took all his clothes, all of his belongings. They beat him, choked him severely. He had 30 brutal, what do you call it, like bruises from steel-toed boots or something like that, or to that effect. So it was a very tragic way. It was a very tragic way to, you know, to die. You know, well, actually, he didn't die there. He actually, after they brutally, you know, assaulted him, took all his belongings, took his identity, took his clothes, took his car, and left him in that beautiful area alone to die. He actually managed to get to someone's house and eventually made it to the hospital, where he later died of cardiac arrest. So unfortunately he didn't make it, but like I just showed you guys, they caught the four people who allegedly committed the crime. So it's a very tragic story of someone in the LGBT community dying. And just wanted to let him know, even though he's not alive anymore, just let him know that you are not alone. Okay? So, and actually somebody, and I wanted to say two more things about this guy. One that somebody else said that was a quote, and I'll start with that, which is a friend named Susie B. Harris. They were friends for 15 years. She said that he was a goofball, fun, very sweet, and a loving person, which he kind of seemed like. I mean, if you work at a university, you have to be you have to be a people person. You have to be smart, intellectual. You have to be a lot of things, you know, in order to really survive in that kind of environment, you know. And he also, while at that university, he participated in a documentary called The Little Blue Dots. And that was about the LGBT issues in Republican states, or red states, because, you know, blue is for Democrat. So that's all I have to say about Mr. Stevenson. Much love. Hopefully are you in a better place. And that's it. You are not alone. Thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe. Please leave your comments below. And also please share. Please share this so that he does know that or his family knows at least that he wasn't alone, or that people cared, even if they didn't know him necessarily when he died, but they, you know, his message and his voice can live on in some kind of way. You know what I'm saying? Like, because with the little blue dots, and people with the friends, and then, like I said, he worked at a university, so I'm pretty sure he touched a lot of people. So he deserves some kind of recognition for something. You know, he may not have been a big celebrity, but his life was still valid. You know, his life was still valid. Your life is still valid. My life is still valid, and I just wanted to celebrate that. So thank you so much again for watching, guys. And until next time, bye.